Okay, gang, those of you who are online with us here, I see that Brett is on. I see Joe, so I'm assuming that's Joe and the Salisbury crew. And then Kyle is logged on the Hangout. We are now streaming on YouTube. For those of you joining us there, hopefully you can see us and hear us okay. We do have the conference line if you want to talk back with us that way. We are going to start a few minutes late with Mike Carter moving to Connecticut. It kind of foobarred a little bit of our logistics here. Why am I hearing myself coming back? Hang on a second. Because I have the preview turned on. All right, that's why. I don't like to hear myself coming back over the feed there. Anyway, we're going to start a few minutes late because we're waiting for Dan Harrison to get us a projector in the room. So I have a screen but no projector. But Kevin Edwards will talk philosophy and so forth before we get into the video clip. So hang tight. We'll be back with you in a few minutes. And again, gang, for those of you who just joined us, we're waiting a couple extra minutes for a projector to show up here in the room so we can actually show you the film. So hang tight. We'll get started in a couple minutes, and Kevin Edwards will start a little bit talking about philosophy and some other stuff, and then we'll get into the film after that. So hang tight. Okay, gang, I'm going to do a quick roll call. I'm going to mark the people off that I know are on the call. So we saw Chuck Roche. I saw Rodney Bryant. I have Brett Hoffman. There you are. I'm going to find you on the list. We have Kyle Peterson, who I saw. Okay, Eric Green. Okay. And then Joe Gephardt. Okay, gang, I'm going to do a quick... I keep hearing myself. Quick. I'll mute these things. You think I would learn after a while how this stuff works, but what are you going to do? Okay, Chuck, Brett, Eric, Joe Gephardt. Joe, your gang down there, I need to know who's with you, because it sounded like you were going to have a watch party down there. So if you would let us know which of the Salisbury crews down there. You can either unmute your mic and let us know, or you can type it in the chat box, one or the other. If you are watching us now on YouTube, I would like to make sure that you are on, so please send me an email. I have an email from Ryan Zollinger, from Mike Gaskell, Rodney and Kyle, so yay, that's good. Mike Gaskell, Ryan. Okay. So I'm going to leave this open. I'll point the camera towards those that are going to talk. Let me see if there's anybody else on the phone, and we'll go from there. This really does not want to stay. Yeah, it's okay. I'll say I'm the consummate video person. I will follow you.
All right, guys, we're going to do a roll call on the line, and then we'll go ahead and get started.
Hey, Hill, how you doing? Can you see us online? Can you see us online?
Yep.
Okay, anybody else? Okay, anybody else on the phone?
Gilbert.
Okay. Gilbert Jackson, we got you. I'm sorry, who was that? I'm sorry. Okay, yeah, we got you, Mike.
Okay.
Okay, anybody else on the phone?
Okay.
Okay, good. We'll get started here in just a couple minutes. Again, I'm just waiting on Dan to show up with projectors. So I will know next time to bring my own.
Why we hired you?
Hired?
I don't remember anybody running against you.
Yeah.
Fix was in.
I was told.
I usually price monetary.
Yeah.
It's going to be around us.
There you go. See? There you go. He's got it. If you are here and you have not signed the attendance sheet, Brendan Johnston. I have Brendan Johnston.
I haven't signed it.
Yeah, you guys. I'm going to just line to pass this around. Just double check. Here's my pen. Oh, okay. Yeah, just take a pen. Send a pen with it. Okay, I got Clem. I got you on there.
Put it in the right pocket or left pocket?
It went in the right pocket.
Don't tell the wife. Don't tell the wife.
Yeah, it went behind the wallet. Doesn't go in the wallet.
All right, we're going to go ahead and get started here. We've got a few opening remarks, and then it may stimulate some conversation while we wait for the video projector to get started. I guess silence brings silence, right? Okay. There we go. For those of you who helped cover the Lewisburg scrimmage, thank you, even though it was canceled. The thing about Lewisburg, they went about 2 or 3 years ago. Seems like the last 2 years they have scheduled and then canceled. In some instances, just like here, the big test is, can you cover it? Do you want to cover it? If we cover it, they may cancel. We don't have to go. If we say we can't cover, then we lose the contract. That's how business operates. You know, same thing at the high school level. You want to make sure you cover it. So those who are willing to go and make that trip, thank you. Then thank Lewisburg for not making you have to drive that far. We are in the process of finalizing the roster for this year. If you have not done so, please use one of the several means that Aaron has devised to easily take your money, either online, via check, credit card, or you can pay by cash, as I did tonight.
May I?
You may.
This is that point I knew you were going to cover.
All right.
Listen, Aaron has done a superior job in dragging us, kicking and screaming, into the 21st century. He's made it so easy. Let's make it easy on him. There's no reason for any of us sitting in this room or online to be behind in our own duties when come September we're all want to do the same thing, is go work football, right?
And I'm just going to piggyback on that, because at this level, we may drag you kicking and screaming to get your money. If you ever worked for this guy's boss, Jim McGonaghy, I dare you to be late and miss a deadline. Or Milt, when you get to the NEC, you go ahead and you miss a deadline if you want to for something as simple as putting in a piece of paper with your shoe sizes, your hat sizes, your applications, or whatever the case may be. You may be the best official in the greatest shape, and they will bounce you out quicker than you ever got in. And then the door gets shut and, nailed behind you. So, am I right?
It's Division I. We won't babysit you. If you don't want the job, we've got 100 guys to do.
So, with that in mind, please make sure that when Bill Ward puts out the email for ECAC dues, I don't care whether you want to work 1 game or 7 games or a full schedule, whatever that may be, pay your money. You are not required to pay the 100 and whatever fee it will be for the CFO this year. I can't speak for Milt's guys, but for Bill Ward, he still is not making the CFO registration mandatory. But that means you do have to go out to Zebra Web, log in, and pull down the bulletins and the tests and things that we provide for you for those of us who have paid the fee. If you want to work a playoff game, and this is anyone who has 3 or more years of experience in the chapter, you must be a CFO member in order to work postseason. So if you don't pay now, you'll have to pay later. So you might as well pay early, get the tests, get in the system, and be ready. Doesn't guarantee you anything other than the fact that you'd be eligible subject to what type of season that you have. We are looking and finalizing our roster. We had 3 scrimmages that we looked at applicants. We looked at applicants twice at Bowie State and 1 at Lincoln on a Friday night, so we'll be making those decisions very soon. Those members will be introduced at either the May 20th or May 22nd meeting. There's a conflict with Needwood in terms of using the facilities, not only for the golf course, but the golf outing that is planned before that. We'll get you the firm date, but you can play golf, 18 holes, take a break, and then we'll have the business meeting shortly thereafter, and we'll introduce new applicants and talk about business at that point. Let's see. TPFOC has asked me to let you know we have plenty of snap opportunities over the next 3 to 4 months. We know college scrimmage season is done, but we have the GYFL, Grassroots Youth Football League. They'll be playing 2 sites on Saturday, 1 site on Sunday. The varsity level that was 4 is moving to 5-man mechanics, and then I believe the other 2 are going to be a combination of 3 and 4. They're going to be 7th and 8th graders, and I think maybe 2nd and 3rd graders or something running around. But those are opportunities for you to see some of the strangest things that are ever going to happen on a football field. So do not think that working youth football is worth the effort. June 21st, there's the University of Maryland Maryland Passing League. It's a one-day tournament. Starts at like 7:30, 8 o'clock in the morning, goes to 4, 5, 6 o'clock in the afternoon. If you have availability on June 21st, let us know. And we also will have a semi-pro league that we are going to schedule that starts sometime in June, late June, early July, and will run through the fall. If you are interested, email clinic@tbfoc.org, and we will make sure that you get all the necessary information that you are interested in. I did mention the CFO test. That test is usually out somewhere around June 1st. Leading up to that test, TBFOC will be back in this very room on May 14th and the 21st from 7 to 9, and those will be 2 hours worth of film review. I believe Jonah is going to present film on the 14th, and Byron Adams will present film on the 21st. After the test is out, there will be a follow-on Wednesday night, 3 to 4 weeks. We'll go over the CFO tests, taking about 25 to 30 questions, break it up in about 3 weeks, and then have a follow-on session, and then we'll be done at about the end of June. You can take off probably 1 week. Bill Ward will be here probably early July, and then you get a break until our August clinic, and then scrimmages and the season starts shortly thereafter. For those who are on either the Southern Chapter Facebook page or the TBFOC Facebook page, you probably saw a link to a video that David Aird, Heffron, and myself, we all worked a LFL game. And I want to tell you right now, none of you want to work those fight fest-filled games. All right, you just don't want to do it.
Girl fight.
They're worse than the guys. So anybody who thinks they want to do it, just stick with the guys for a while, and we'll tough it out and do what we can on your behalf. Am I right, Bob?
Beyond.
Hey, you two, the very first fight, you guys got right in there. That Bob, no hesitation. That flag went straight up in the air. But you put your hands on that girl. Yeah.
Several times.
Yeah.
We won't mention the name, the member of the crew who was going around fixing
Oh, jeez.
the equipment. It seemed like the microphone that she was wearing was always coming apart. He was always there to fix it, regardless of the circumstances.
And that's what editing is for, by the way.
Yeah.
Edit that stuff out. The groping.
All right. Any questions or concerns for the board? Silence. That's probably a good thing. It's probably not a good thing when we're trying to stretch and fill time. Wonderful.
Sounds perfect.
Yeah, except the perfect timing is that the video would be ready and set up, and he presses play.
We'll talk a little bit while he sets up. How's that?
All right, very good.
Mr. Go, you want to talk here with me?
For those of you who don't know, Pat Holt has just walked in the room. I'll give Pat some kudos. He is in the top 20 of a national test. Maybe you want to speak to that, how you can enter and all of that, how you earn points. But yeah, top 20 in the nation as far as test takes.
Okay, so there's I was invited to participate in this stuff.
Come up here.
So I was invited to participate in this exam that started out in the West. Several folks in the Mountain West, I guess in the Big 12 and the Pac-12. We do this online test where we answer questions twice a week. So there's about 120 people right now, and I'm fortunate. I'm in the top 16. I dropped a couple spaces. I missed a few lately. But I'll make sure, it's open to everybody. So I'll make sure going into next year that everyone gets invited, and it's pretty cool, pretty fun. Lots of really interesting questions that make you think. So I'll definitely chime in and get everybody involved next year.
So where did you break?
Well, it's still going on. I'm 16 now.
It's about 120, 125%. Hey, good job.
And as we finish, hopefully all of you know Kevin Edwards. I'll give him a brief introduction anyway. Kevin and I worked for the Washington District for a while. I actually worked probably one of the most miserable, exciting games that you ever want to work, a state championship with Kevin as the referee at Bird Stadium. And it was on like a 20-degree night of rain where we went through 2 uniforms all in the course of one day. And both of them were terrible. This is back in the days of Maryland grass and white knickers. So you can about imagine how cold and wet we were. Kevin went on to work for the ACC and currently is a evaluator and supervisor and all-around great guy for Jim McGonagy and CIP. And so Kevin Edwards, take it away.
Thank you, Robert. I'm telling a story about that game that we worked in the rain. Reminds me what our headlines said. Marty and Alexa, we went in after the game. We said, man, that was really an experience. And Marty said, what do you say? I've never been wetter, not even in the shower.
That's exactly right. It was miserable.
So I brought some video tonight from last season. Tim Gover is going to come here in a second and help me demonstrate. I got to looking at games that I observed last year. I observed 10 Colonial Ivy or Patriots games last year, a variety of crews. And in addition, there are some plays that coaches will send in from time to time when they have a question. Usually they think we missed a call. Sometimes they just think they legitimately have a question. Why is this not a foul, or why is this a foul? Could you explain it to me? And so in going through those plays to prepare the video for tonight, I noticed 2 things that really jumped out at me. I had roughing the passer calls, either called or not called. I had catch, no catch. I had DPI. I had all the things. But the 2 things that we spent more time on last year that jumped to the top were blocking fouls. Either it's a foul or it's not. It's a good block. And mechanics. And I had so many blocking plays that I didn't bring any mechanics plays tonight. But tonight we're going to talk about the philosophy of blocking, holding specifically. We're also going to look at some clips, chop blocks, blocks in the back. And we're going to talk about, is this a foul? Was it called? If it wasn't called, should it have been? If it was called, was it a good call? We're going to talk about the philosophy of that. So Tim, if you come up here. As Tim will tell you, what do we ask our officials, particularly our umpires, when they call a hold? What do we ask them to do besides recording the hold? They have to do what with it? They have to classify, right? All right, you want to tell the folks what classifications are?
Hook and turn, grab and restrict, and take down.
Right. So if I'm rushing Tim, a takedown is just that. It's where I'm trying to get around, he grabs me around the shoulders and rides me to the ground, right? Everybody's seen takedowns? It's the felony hold that we really want to get. Grab and restrict. I'm rushing Tim. I'm the defensive end. Tim's the left tackle. I take an inside route. He grabs me and restricts me. Maybe you see a jersey pull, something like that. And then if another situation where he's a tackle and I try to rush upfield, speed rush, and he gets his arm around my neck, and he's up here hooking and restricting me. Now notice that with grab and restrict and hook and restrict, we didn't say it's a grabbing foul. We didn't say it's a hooking foul. We said it's a grab and restrict, a hook and restrict, okay? There's got to be some material restriction there, and there's several things we're going to talk about. For example, Mr. Gover, if I'm trying to rush upfield over here and you're hooking me or grabbing me or whatever, and they hand off and the guy sleeps around the other side, is that material?
No.
So even though it may be technically a hold, we're not going to call it, right?
Right.
We may talk to him. We may say, hey, buddy, keep your hands to yourself or whatever. But we're going to look for fouls at the point of attack, first of all. Second thing is the double team. Tim, talk about double teams for these folks a little bit.
Double team, the theory is that they're giving up 2 players to block, and move on and find something somewhere else. But don't get so unoccupied with it that when one guy comes off and he breaks loose, the other guy grabs him back. Sometimes we miss that where it starts off as a double team. So we'll say I left it alone, but now he's escaped the double team. We got to grab and pull back. We just make sure that we kind of float to the next key, but make sure we don't give up on it totally. Make sure that it's still got the double team.
And I've got a specific example of that on a kickoff where we had a double team and turned into a takedown. The double team evaporated, and the guy pulled him down. And we'll show that when we get there. Oftentimes, you can judge holding not by watching the engagement, by watching the disengagement instead. In other words, if I'm rushing and Tim's holding me, he gets his arms around me, and I stand there, hey, Bob, he's holding me, he's holding me. He's not holding me because I'm not trying to play football. I'm sitting here, I've given up. If you watch the disengagement as I go in and he pulls the bag on my shirt or something like that, or makes my shoulder dip or something like that as I'm trying to get away, that's the disengagement. And a lot of times that's where we can best judge holding. What other things should we cover here when we're talking about this?
Takedown they want anywhere.
Yeah, takedowns we want to call pretty much anywhere. There can be some exceptions to this, but pretty much a takedown is a bad foul and engenders ill will, and we want to call that. And we want to explain to the guy, yeah, it wasn't the point of the coach says, hey, how come you call that? It wasn't the point of attack. Yeah, coach, it was a takedown. And our philosophy is we're going to call that. Is that better? Or is that missing anything? Okay, good. All right, thanks, Tim.
I'm not a Mac person.
She's a Mac person. Oh, should we go to, oh, there it is.
There it is. Okay.
You're going to need to turn mirroring. Position numbers.
All right. That's like the same here.
Let me add a little color commentary to the holding categories while these guys are setting up. A lot of times when I'm there as a head linesman and I'm looking down that line of scrimmage, telltale signs. I mean, I know the tackle and the D end are engaging all the time. There's always holding, but the end is what I'm looking for. And a lot of times, especially on those sweeps to my edge, to that side, I'm looking for that defensive end to make that move. And a lot of times I'll get that one arm. I'll get the reach. You know, he's flailing for it. If he's not flailing for that running back going around, I'm liable to lay off of it. And unfortunately, and I say that because I've been trained to view things from the way the camera's going to see it. So I could have a literal mugging right in front of me. But if the camera's not going to see the restriction, I'm liable not to call it. Now, I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but it really makes me focus on, okay, there's the grab. Do I have a hole? Do I have a hole? Do I have a hole? Oh, yeah, that's big enough. I'm going to get that one. So you have to slow things down in your head because just because you get that jersey tug and you got that flag out, it's like, oh, crap, I wish I had that out because the guy just made the tackle. He ran right through the grab. So be patient. It's tough, but be patient. Ready?
Excellent. That's very good. All right, so on this first play, we're going to get, we're going to take a look at the right tackle here. We're going to get a takedown from the right tackle. He's beaten, and he holds. See him, he's got him, he takes him down. Everybody see that? We're going to see it from the end zone view as well. Aaron, are you picking this up on the webcam?
We're getting there.
He's beaten. That's good so far, but right there, that's a takedown. And the referee's got it. Is that a good call?
Yes.
Yeah, that's a takedown. Yeah, that was line judge's tackle, which is why he had a flag, too. Okay.
Bear with me on the stream here. We're just trying to get the camera so it'll
Okay.
stay
You want me to
put.
keep going?
Yeah, just keep going.
All right. Same game, different team, same position. Watch the right tackle. I think.
Just double click on it.
Hold on. There we go. All right. All right, that. You'll see it from the end zone shot. He pancaked him right here. Grabs him, restricts him, takes him down. A lot of times you can tell by that shoulder twist, and that was the line just tackling. He's got it. Bob, that's the play you're talking about, where it's coming towards you. It's your key for your tackle.
Exactly, but I'm looking for the second action. Just because I have the hold doesn't mean I'm going to do anything until it leaps right out at you.
All right, this one here, we're going to watch the left guard. Georgetown game film is always interesting because this light pole is always in the way down here at the 40-yard line. He's got him. He's got a point of attack. He takes him, pulls him down. Okay, everybody see that? Tim, I think this is the play I was talking about a minute ago where we had a double team. A play on a kickoff that started as a double team, and the double team evaporated because one guy peeled off, and then the second guy pulled his opponent down. So watch, it's kind of hard to pick up from the sideline view because I believe they go out of camera range. Watch this guy right here, the last guy in on the receivers, and then tell me the fourth guy in right there on the kickers next to the kicker. Whose key is that? By the way, this is the back judge, field judge side, and that's the umpire side judge side. That's the umpire's key, right? Guys, you need to stay with your keys a long time on kickoffs. Unless they're just not threatening, you're going to go to zone coverage. Stay with your keys longer on kickoffs than you would normally, because a lot of this stuff that happens down at the 25 or 30-yard line when guys are running around in space, and it's hard to pick up if you're not keyed on your guys. So here, I'll play it for the end zone shot. And it starts out as a double team, and if I can pick up the double team, I will. See that double team right there? That's our man. The guy who is over here on this side on the 31-yard line, it's going to evaporate. He's going to peel off, and then this guy is going to pull the opponent down just as this guy goes through the hole. See that? Not called. Missed. Umpire got a downgrade for not staying with his key. I know it's a long way downfield. Okay, here's our double team right here. Here's our running back coming up. And there's our takedown at the 22, 23-yard line. Everybody see that?
Did you give the referee anything on that?
You could have helped. Okay, here we have a suspect holding the right tackle. We're going to talk about this in a little bit. Watch the right tackle, not on the initial block, but as he gets out here on the pass in the flat. Right there. We have a takedown. Is that a takedown? Okay, I got a no. That's fine. Let's vote. How many no's do we have? Put your hands up. How many yeses do we have? Okay. I looked at that and I said, oh my God, I was writing notes up the wristwatch. That's the biggest takedown I've ever seen. I sent it to Adrian Hill, and I said, I need a sanity check. I do this sometimes, and he'll send plays to me. I need a sanity check. Is this the biggest takedown you've ever seen? He said, hell yeah. And so I downgraded the line judge. And the line judge said, I respectfully disagree. Now I want you to notice something here. Who is ostensibly being held, the white team or the blue team? In front of whose sideline? What would you expect them to do if it was takedown? Go crazy. Look at that. And look at it on the end zone shot. Nobody moved. I think he just lost his seat. So I reconsidered and took away the downgrade. I said, you can thank the Bucknell sideline for saving me the money.
Now, conversely, please, just because they yell, do not start throwing flags.
That's correct.
Okay, so there's a fine line between they were in an uproar and you throw your flag and you can still end up wrong.
That's right. Okay, on this play right here, it says play 6. The left tackle is going to engage the linebacker. Take a look at the left tackle. Oh yeah, I know this play. We got a takedown here. He restricts him and runs him out of the play and takes him down. Now, whose key is that left tackle? The referee's over here. It's his key, right? And it's the headlines and tackle, right? Are we in agreement? Is the referee the headlines going to see it if he takes 36 and drags him down over here? No way in hell. No way in hell. I think the umpire's got to get this, even though it's not his key initially. It's at the point of attack. It's right to the hole where he is. Tim, what do you think? He's got him, he's restricting him, he takes him down. Everybody see that? Touchdown.
Although it ended up right in front of the referee, he didn't see the continuing action.
Yeah, because he had players between him and all that. That's right. That's a tough one. What's that, minute? Yeah, I'll play one more time. Can't see really well from the wide shot, but from the tight shot, it's pretty apparent. And if he'd have just driven him, that'd be one thing. But see, the guy's trying to get his arm free. For what Bob was saying a minute ago about the guy flailing, in that case, he couldn't flail because he couldn't get his arm loose. The guy had him. He's trying to pivot around and play. He was trying to disengage and make a play, and he couldn't, and the guy tackled him.
So would that be a grab and restrict on that?
Yeah, or takedown, because it was a grab and restrict. Well, yeah, well, the guy can't take him. He may have. And if you call a hold and say it was a grab and restrict, was really takedown, as long as it's the correct call, and you can describe what you saw, you know, we're not gonna downgrade an official for calling a hold that's correct and saying it was a grab and restrict, it was really a hook and restrict. We just want you to classify it, and I want you guys to think about it that way. But then that helps you explain to the coach too. He says, "Sco, how can you call holding on my tight end? Coach, I had a jerk and restrict at the point of attack. Just as the guy got to the edge, he jerked him, and it sprung your guy in the corner." It's a better explanation than, "Hey, coach, your guy's holding."
Hey, Kevin?
Yeah.
On that play, you made a comment. Had he just continued to drive him downfield, he wouldn't have problem.
If he'd been pushing, if he hadn't been restricting.
At the time the runner went past,
Mm-hmm.
he was still pushing the guy.
Yeah.
Okay? So the takedown didn't happen until after the runner was long gone. So, you know, at what point do you say, okay, now he's pushed this guy beyond the hole, okay?
Yep.
If he doesn't take him down, you got a nothing. He does take him down, but the runner's long gone anyway.
Right. And I've got one like that coming up later where I think a no call is appropriate. Here, I see a restriction. Okay, let's freeze it right. He's restricting right there. He's turned 36 into a one-arm defender. He's trying to get away, but 71's got a hold of his right arm. and 36 has got a chance to turn or make a play still as this guy hits the hole. But then this guy has got to hold his shirt, sit there, and there's the turn before the takedown. And yeah, he may have tripped over the guy. Sco, you may be right there. That may be better classified as grabbing the strip. But I think it's a hole either way. I've got another play though, Tom. That's an excellent point. I've got another play that may be one of the rare times when the takedown is okay because the hole's already closed, the runner's already gone, and I'll show it to you coming up.
Just to add on to what Kevin is saying, if you notice the defender in that play, his back was to the runner. That is not a natural reaction for a defender trying to get to the play. So the fact that he's trying to go this way and the runner's going this way and he can't turn, there's enough grab and restriction to get your attention. So if the umpire can't get it, that would have been a great get for the back judge because we have a running play and the back judge should be on the inside corner of that play. So that would have been a great get by the back judge who should have been wide focus at that point because it flashed in front of the umpire. Good help from the umpire. Would have been a great get by the back judge.
That play's just a bitch because it doesn't fall neatly into the thing of it's a hold by the tackle on the sweep and it's coming right at the line judge. Or it's a hold, it's a chop block by the center and the left guard and those are the umpires keep stand. It's a bitch. And just reminds you that stuff can happen out as much as we try to key on guys and anticipate what may happen and watch for stuff. There's stuff that happens that doesn't fit neatly into the mechanic. Okay, here's another one of those plays where the white pole's in the way, and the left guard is going to be our offender here. This is missed. This is not called, but watch the left guard, and we'll see it better on the end zone view. Let me jump back here just a second. Here's our offender right here. Just tackling. Yeah. Running to the ground on his back, and the real Tim, come here for a second. The real problem I have with that block, the reason it's a foul, face that way if you will, is he's got his arm around his back. He's got him here before he rides him down. If he'd have just pushed the guy from the side or something like that, and the guy falling down, that's one thing. But he got him here and restricted him and rode him down. That's what makes it a takedown. Thanks, buddy. Okay, now this is a very interesting play. I'm going to talk about this a little bit before we run it. We've got double tight end, quarterback under center. That's the eighth guy. We've got a running back, and then we've got two wideouts. This tight end here is going to step back and go in motion. So we've already got trips over here. If you count that tight end, we're going to have motion into trips. We're going to have 4 over there. So by the time the ball is snapped, these guys over here have got practically nothing to do. They've got no keys, really. Certainly the side judge has no key. The headline still has his tackle and the running back, but the side judge can't help. And so we've got the motion and the trips, and this guy is going to be beyond the center when the ball snapped. What do we got here? Who's this guy's key? Field judge, yeah. By the way, Georgetown, the film, as you can probably tell, is shot from behind the visitor's bench. So that's the reason I'm telling you that. That's the line judge, field judge over there, and here are the chains. That's headlines and side judge down here. So that's the field judge's key. On trips, who's got the second guy in? That's it. Right, the line judge has got that guy plus the motion man coming toward him because the motion man is on his side of the center, right? Line judging? Okay. So who's got the tight end? Back judge. Who's got this tackle? Referee. That's the referee's tackle because the referee looks through to the opposite tackle. All right. This guy holds every play, by the way. I saw 3 Georgetown games last year. 471, he can't play football without holding. And he's our offender on this play, and I'm telling you, the line judge has no prayer with motion, with this power sweep coming up here, with all these guys going over here. This guy's like the 5th guy in once the running back gets out there. And we've got to hold, the referee's got to get this. And then we're going to talk about the mechanics of this play that goes to the other side if you flip everything after we look at this. But watch 70. He just grabbed the guy and pulled him to the ground. So there's our motion. Now we got 4 over there. Pancake. The referee's got to get that. Now, let's go back and talk about this. Let's flip this. Let's have this guy go in motion over this way, and let's put these 2 wideouts over here, stationary. So now this wideout, the widest guy, belongs to the side judge. This guy belongs to the head linesman. This motion man on this side of the center belongs to the head linesman. This tight end, who's not in motion when we flip it, belongs to the back judge. And then the head linesman has also got the handoff as the running back comes to him. And we'll put the ball in this hash so that all things are equal, right? The referee's got which tackle? He's got the one opposite him, right?
In trips, he takes the near side.
In trips, he takes the near side.
The side of the trips.
Thank you, Jeff. That's exactly right. If he looks through to the opposite tackle and this tackle holds, like, you know, when it's flipped, nobody's going to see it. So with trips, because the wing official, the deep wing, and the back judge are all occupied, plus the motion, plus the running back, where the wing official is trying to pick up the forward progress, this referee has got to get these tackles. Right, Aaron? Absolutely. It's a great play. Great discussion. Okay, now, I put the scoreboard up on this one. Look where we are. It's the first quarter. It's 14:58. It's the first play from scrimmage. And I'll tell you, as you'll see in a minute, they haven't set up the scoreboard yet. The ball was actually on the 2. The guy muffed the ball and fell on it and panicked because he was afraid the other team was going to come down and recover it for a touchdown. So Richmond's snapping on the first play of the game from the 2-yard line. And I left the scoreboard up there for that reason. Okay, now let's talk keys here. We've got a double tight end set, and we got 4 backs. So this guy belongs to, and by the way, at Richmond, the film's also shot from behind the chains. There's your chains down there. So this guy belongs to the field judge, right? This back belongs to the line judge. This guy belongs to the back judge. And this guy belongs to the side judge. And this is the head linesman's key, right? The up back? Okay, now on this play, which I know what's going to happen, so I'm going to tell you, they're going to hand off to this guy, and this guy's going to be the blocking back. And as this play develops around this way, the umpire is going to pick up the block by the tight end. It's going to be another one of those plays where the tight end drives the guy towards the inside, tries to get a seal on somebody in here. And the umpire is going to help out pick this up, and this block's going to be clean. Here's our offender right here. And this is a bitch for the headlines because he's trying to go back and cover the goal line. He's trying to pick up forward progress. And maybe the referee can have a shot at this, but he's got a pulling guard. This guard's going to pull, and the referee's going to pick up the pulling guard. This play's another one. It's a bitch. But somebody needs to see this, and this is a classic takedown. He just pancakes the guy. So let's watch. And fortunately for us, the end zone shots from behind him is very clear. See him just grab that guy and take him down? Not called. Missed. So this guy's going to get a seal in here, this tight end. We got a pulling guard. I think it's 73 here. He's going to come out. These guys are going to be leading. This guy is going to come out and tackle. I think it's 43, but it's one of these guys back here, one of these defensive backs. And we don't get a call. Maybe the referee can help, but if the referee's doing the right thing, what's he watching? The pulling guard. Okay? Let's go back and look at that from the end zone shot. Watch 70. Just watch 73 for a second. Forget about 35. Watch 73. We get a double team here. Remember what Gover said about double teams? If they're double teaming, if they're putting 2 guys on this guy, as long as it's not a high-low and a chop block, we're not really concerned with that. We don't want to completely lose sight of what's going on there, but they're giving up 2 blockers on 1 defender, so there's less likely that there's going to be a foul there, and there's more likely when somebody else is free that they don't have a blocker for. So we got a double team block there. Now we got 73 pulling. We got this guy coming around to fake a reverse. And now 35 is going to come out here right at the point of attack. Matter of fact, if this guy hadn't wrapped up, this guy was gone. 98 yards on the first play of the game. Right? And 35 gets a seal on this guy, and he's got a little bit of shirt there, but right now I've got no problem with that. He hadn't really done much with him when he's right there. Everybody see that? He's got a hand right there. I've really got no problem with that until he continues to hold him and then spins him and pancakes. Headlinesman's call. And it's a bitch because he's got a lot going on.
With that, with the wideout going, taking reverse, you get the side judge at all on that one?
He can help.
But he's not going to get dinged if he doesn't see it.
I didn't feel like he should have had that. I felt like the headlinesman went to sleep on that play. Dwayne.
It also looked like the tackler had the runners, pretty much. They happened at the same time. It was almost simultaneous.
What do we say about takedowns? We're on call.
Anywhere, anytime.
With one exception, or with rare exceptions, which are going to come up in a minute. All right, let's see here. This play, number 11. Here's our friend, number 35 again. This is a little bit later. No, I'm sorry, this is not 35. I'm on the wrong play. This is the left tackle. This is another play like. Yeah.
You said at the beginning of that block, you have a problem with what you're doing.
If he'd let the guy go. In other words, Dwayne's point was the takedown happened at about the same time as the tackle.
Right.
If you hadn't taken him down, Aaron, come here for a second. Let's turn where everybody can see. If he'd have been blocking the guy this way and he had a little shirt and he just grabbed him a little bit as this tackle's being made, that was fine. What I've got a problem with is he spun him and pancaked him.
I understand that.
That's what they do.
My question is, suppose the tackler had not made the tackle.
Yeah.
He did go 98 yards, he would have gone right past that engagement.
At the point of attack.
Would that have been a foul?
Go back to what I said about watching the engagement and the restriction, the disengagement on the restriction. If he had grabbed him and that had been all he'd done, and the guy had not made any effort to get away, let's take the takedown out of it. Let's have the guy go 98 yards, and we just got to grab and restrict. If I don't see the guy getting away and make any attempt to get away, if I've just got a little bit of shirt here, no, that's not a foul. Now, if the guy doesn't make the tackle and the guy's got his shirt and the defensive guy, we see his shirt stretches, he tries to spin out of it or something like that, then yeah, that's a foul. That's a grab and restrict.
And you'll see that flailing arm as the runner goes by. I guarantee it.
That's the other thing.
Just guarantee it.
Adrian's big on that. One-arm defenders. That's his big key.
That's what you will see. Again, until that moment in time, probably not flag worthy. So you're either going to have that flailing arm, and in this case, it was the takedown. So
right.
Somebody's got to get that.
All right, this is another play like that Georgetown play we looked at, and the block by the tight end on the last play, where he's going to block towards the backside. We're going to have a sweep that runs this way, and this tackle is going to come out, and he's going to take down this guy, and it's a big takedown too. And this is another one where it's the referee's tackle, the headlinesman's tackle, but I think the umpire's got the best shot at getting this. And Tim, once you see this play, I'm interested in your thoughts on this. Watch the left tackle, 64. To me, that's a material restriction at the point of attack. Here's our boy right here. And 98 is going to be the one, the victim of the block. The reason I think the umpire's got to help is, once again, it's coming towards the point of attack, and there's no way the referee can see it, and there's no way I don't think the headlinesman can see it. Tim, what are your thoughts on that? Haven't seen it.
soon as he's going to that side, you're getting on backside anyway. All that action's going right at you, so you should have the whole zone.
Okay, here's our field number 35. This is all from the same game. There's a lot of holding in this game. These two teams love to hold. I didn't even do that. I was trying to explain the video.
Is that the first game of the season, Kevin?
No. Third or fourth week. Okay, I officially give up.
Kevin,
Yeah.
you hit Command F, it'll go this one.
You put that.
Yeah.
I guess this video is just letterbox. Okay, here's our boy 35 again. Watch him. Side judge is key. That's a tackle. Back judge is over here. We got motion. That's the headline that's key. Who's got to get that? Aaron says it's a referee. Jeff, do you agree?
He's actually looking somewhere.
That's okay. Watch 35. Right here. Where's the referee looking? Right here where this guy takes the ball and runs from the zone. This is a referee's miss right here, and the referee got downgraded for it.
Yeah, it's right in his field of vision.
And that was exactly my comment on the grade. Referee, I'm giving you a downgrade because this should be right in your line of vision.
Say that again, Kevin.
Sure. I'm just going to play from the end zone shot if that's okay.
Yeah.
It's tackling. Now here's the takedown that was called. It's a good call. Watch the right guard. Our umpire, it's his key and he gets this. Again, he puts an arm around him, around his back, and rides him to the ground. Here's our umpire focused on this, and he's got it. Grabbed his arm and really tackled his arm, brought him down by the arm. We also had 37 lose a helmet there, so we got our headlines and stop the clock and send him off that play. Any questions about that hold? Okay, Tom, here's your play. This is one where it's okay, in my opinion, and I'm going to get the opinion of some of the other Division I officials in the room about this. It's okay not to call it because the play's already gone. If you see it, make a conscious decision and pass on it. And what we ask our officials in the CIP to do is write these down and enter them into the computer system and say, I saw a takedown by number 75 in this play, but I passed on it because the runner was already through the hole. But watch the pulling right guard here. And I'll pause it. All right, so there's the runner hitting the hole. Here's our engagement right here. See him take him down? Bob, Tim, what do you think? Is that a good no call if you see it and pass on it, or would you call it anyway?
As soon as they make that split yard line, I have a good seal at that time, and I'm going to the runner in the hole, so I'm not even looking at it.
Tim, what do you think, Ryan Barth?
I would have left that alone, because there wasn't a vicious takedown, it was more of a ride and takedown, and it was fast.
Right. The key there, though, is when I'm grading your film, if you didn't put it in for a CIP game, you didn't put it in the system, you didn't see it. You didn't tell me, yeah, I saw it and passed on it, then you didn't see it. You missed it. And you might get a downgrade anyway for not seeing it.
Being the pulling guard, would you expect the referee to have that?
Yes. Particularly since where he took him down was to drive him back towards his own end line.
Right, again, right in his,
Yeah.
his wheelhouse.
He didn't drive him this way and pancake him. He drove him back up the field and pancake. Okay, here we got a takedown by the slot. This is the back judge's key all the way. So we got, let's see here, what do we got? We got 5 in here. We got 1 out here and 2 out here. So strengths declared to the headlines inside. So this is the side judge, this is the back judge, this is the field judge. And these 2 backs, here's a shotgun quarterback. These 2 backs belong to the wings. head linesman, line judge, right? So this is the bag judge's key because strength is to this side. Watch that slot, the one on the 45. His back foot's on the 45-yard line. We've got a sweep to this side. Lifted him off the ground. And there's nothing for the back judge to do here but stay with his key.
And again, you mentioned that earlier on the kickoff, staying with your keys a long time. You should really stay with them as long as you can.
I mean, unless you've got something else going on in your zone, where you've got to zone up because you may have a fight breaking out or something like that. Here's our point of attack. There's our runner. Here's our hold right here. He's got him, and once again, if he's just sealed him and he doesn't take him down, so far we don't have anything. I'll run it in slow motion. That's fine, but now he's grabbing, restricting him, and now he spins and see the shoulders turn and takes him down. That's a foul, man. You back judges, you should see that. You didn't have, it wasn't a passing play where you had a receiver that came into your zone. You should stay with the block because it's a running play. Back judge got downgraded on that one. Here's the tight end. He's going to hold. A lot of holding in this game. Tight end is over here. He's the line judge's, he's the back judge's key. We're going to have a sweep, and the line judge and the referee are going to get this. It's a big-time takedown, and they get a correct call when they get graded out for this. Point of attack, takedown. The reason the film looks like this is it rained about 6 inches in Richmond that night. Thank God for AstroTurf. Right here. Grabs and restricts and tackles him. Point of attack. Everybody see that?
Hey Kevin, on the last play, just to make sure I got it right in my mind, had the receiver not taken him down.
The slot?
Yeah.
The one, the previous play?
Had the receiver not taken him down, the play was fine.
Yeah, he had a seal on him,
Yeah.
and
It's just the takedown that was the problem.
correct. Okay, that's right, Billy.
Okay.
Okay. We're going to watch the right tackle here. This defensive end is going to beat him on an inside move. Tell me if you think this is a takedown or if the guy just lost his feet. The defensive player, I mean. He's going to beat his tackle on an inside move. It looks bad. Tell me if you think it's a takedown or not. Terrence West carrying the ball, seen in the NFL this year. Right here. How many would throw? How many would pass? I think we leave that alone, don't you, Tim?
Kevin, is that play okay? Is that one of their?
No, that was Towson, Delaware State, Kelvin's crew. Kelvin was the referee. Moonda was there, weren't you? Who was on the outside was on that crew in this room? Just Kelvin? Anyway. All right, here we have a takedown on a kickoff. Once again, this is total coincidence. We talked about that play in the Bucknell game earlier where we had the double team and turned into a single takedown. Fourth meeting in belongs to the umpire. This is going to be our offended player again. It's going to happen way down here at about the 20-yard line. This time or 25. This time the umpire stays on his key and gets a correct call. This guy may go out of camera range, but you'll see the hole. No, watch him. There he is, right there. See the shoulder dip? Yeah. Now I actually think that if the guy had not held him, he just shoved him from the side or something like that, this guy had actually run himself out of the play. This guy's going to go by. We got to get this. And there's the umpire throwing right there. And that's a correct call. Point of attack. Stay with your keys, guys. Stay with your keys. All right. We'll get off these takedowns in a minute. I got some grammar strips. Okay, this is going to be the right tackle. called by the head linesman on the sweep. Right there, turned him, pinned him. Gets up to that second nose. He's got his arm around his back. That's the problem. So when he pancakes him with his arm around his back, that becomes a takedown. This one's an unusual one. I don't know. The punt play. I worked 3,000 games last year, and the defensive guard on a punt held twice. I think they teach it. Watch this guy right in here. It's either this guy or this guy right here. Watch what it does to the lineman, the offensive left guard trying to get upfield. It's good blocking to get away with it. Line judge got it. And my only comment here is he almost knocked the umpire down. The umpire got it out of the way. Why didn't he have a flag too? That's why I asked the umpire. I didn't downgrade him because we got the call right. But holding can happen anywhere on punts, not just on the gunner. Okay. Here's our friend number 62, the right tackle again. Second guy in, that's the tight end. Right tackle right here. And this line judge is going to write in his report after the game, I saw this, but I passed on it because the pass was away. I saw a hold, but I did not throw because the pass was away. See if you agree. Got to jerk and restrict, jerk him down.
It's unlikely that you would have gotten there before the pass got away, but we don't know that. So.
Right. How many people are going to throw on that? Some. How many people are not going to throw on that? That's one right there where, because the line judge told me he saw it and decided to pass on it, I went with the call on the field when I was grading. Now, if he hadn't called it, I'd probably been downgrade for missing a takedown or jerk and restrict. Tim, what do you think? You can call it or leave it alone?
I'll call.
Okay. But I went with the call on the field because he said, I saw it, I processed it, I was where it happened, and the pass was away, in my opinion. So I said, okay, you got it. That's why they pay you the big bucks. Okay, now we're going to get into some grab and restricts. Here's a grab and restrict by the right tackle. You may recognize this referee. That's Charles Lambertina right there, and he's going to have a hold. Doesn't look like much from the sideline shot because it's going to go away from us. But on the end zone shot, we're going to get a grab on the edge just as the runner reaches the edge by the right tackle. Team got him there. Here comes Charles' flag. So that wasn't much. Certainly not as big as those takedowns we saw in the first 20 plays, but it was right at the point of attack. It was enough of a restriction that Charles felt, and I agreed, that he materially affected the defender's ability to make the play there. We got to grab and restrict. And a correct call. This one's big time. This is a shoulder dip called by the referee, same game, by the referee and the umpire. The snapper gets beat. A guy beats him in the A gap to the right side, to the right guard side, and watch the shoulder dip as the center restricts the defender. We get 2 flags in this, and this is a correct call.
And that's one of those things as a referee that we just, even though that's the 3 big uglies up front, that's the umpires.
flag to have. That's one of those things that had happened right in front of him.
Right. I mean, this guy, the referee's over here because it's a right-handed passer. So Charles is down here, and this guy's coming right in the gap, and Charles being a good referee and helping out here. The umpire got it. See that shoulder dip? The same turn? That's a grab and restrict, folks. Good call. Left tackle. Called by the referee. It's his tackle. .36 is going to shoot this gap right in here between the guard and tackle. Watch what the tackle does. 36 has a real chance to make a play here. Wasn't much, but it was enough. Okay, this is once again, the end zone shot's going to be better. The tight end's going to grab and restrict on a sweep to the headlines inside. Headlines are going to pick it up. You wings know that we expect you to pick up multiple things on a sweep, right? We expect you to pick up the lead block and pick up the ball carrier. It's a lot to do. That's why we pay you extra, right, wings? Hard to see probably on the sideline shot, but we'll see it on the end zone shot. And linesman gets this and he gets a correct call when he gets graded out. Guy never got his hands free. 54 wanted to get his hands free and go make a play, and he couldn't because the guy had his hold of him around the shoulders. So there's a running back coming through the hole. See that? See how his left hand is pulling up on the shoulder pad, turning his shoulders right here, just as this guy hits the point of attack. Our head linesman's doing a good job. He's not only aware that the ball carrier's there, but he's aware of the blocks, the lead blocks. And by the way, you downfield officials, we've got this block, right? Side judge, let's get this block.
Stay there, Kevin. And as a wing guy, it's hard to discipline yourself not to look at that. That's tough to do, to get that. You got to trust your partner downfield getting it, because you'll catch crap from coaches about what's going on out there, and you really got to train yourself to let it go.
So how many side judges and field judges think that outside block is a hold?
Let's hear from you deep guys. Russ, what do you think back there? Let's run it back to full speed. Let's watch this outside block at full speed. No. Good question, Robert. Not enough. He just got a seal on him, right? He didn't really do anything with it. He didn't pull him down. He didn't turn him or grab him or restrict him. The guy had no chance to make a play because the blocker had his body between the defender and the ball carrier, right? He didn't take him down. Excellent point. Okay, we're going to get a grab and restrict here on the left guard. And we'll talk about it. The umpire's going to throw this. So let me give you guys tell you guys a little secret about this. All I did when I went in after the game was ask the umpire, so what'd you have on that play? He said, I should have picked it up. It wasn't much. So he talked himself into a marginal call when he got graded out there. If he had said, I had to grab and restrict, I might have gone, let's run it again one more time. But when I asked him, I wasn't picking on him. I just said, so what'd you have? I was curious. I didn't see it at game speed. He said, I should have picked it up. And if you notice there, 90 is being probably grabbed and restricted technically, but he's not making much of an effort to get away. As a matter of fact, after his arms come free, he bear hugs the guy back himself, right? And the definition of a marginal call, what we consider a marginal call, is a call that is technically correct, but that we don't want you to make. Another example of a marginal call for you wings is when the guy's face mask is 1 inch into the neutral zone when he lines up and you call off sides. We don't want you making that call. We want there to be a material advantage or disadvantage. So that's a marginal call. Technically correct, but one you shouldn't have made. Oops. We're going to get a grab and restrict by the referee on the tight end here. So what's going to happen, I'll run the play in just a second. The quarterback's going to drop back. This guy right here, this defensive end, is going to beat the tight end to the inside, and the quarterback's going to scramble. For you guys who play defense, what's one of the things this guy's got to do on a sweep? Outside contain, right? Right? Maybe with a little help from his linebacker buddy. So when he takes an inside route to the quarterback and overruns the quarterback, he's running himself out of the play. Now, we do get a marginal grab and restrict here, but that's exactly what it is. Technically a foul, but not one we should call. So watch this, and we'll run for the end zone shot after this. Takes an inside route. The guy beats him to the outside. Yeah, there's a little bit of holding there, but we don't want the referee to call that. Now, this guy speed rushed him upfield, and there had been some restriction there. That had been one thing. But he just ran himself out of the play.
See, if anything, the hold by the tight end actually got him closer back to the play, but he slowed his momentum down.
And he ran himself out of the play, and we gifted him with a half a distance penalty.
That's a makeup call. All those holdings on Georgetown, you got to get one on the visit.
He must have been a coach in the previous line. That was a makeup call. Okay. Now, there's one thing that Tim and I didn't talk about when we were going through our little demonstration. I'm going to talk about it now. And this time I'm going to play offense, and Tim is going to be my defender. Face-to-face dancing with interlocked arms. We do not want this call. There's no material advantage. So Tim rushes, and he puts his hands on me, and I put my hands on him, and we're doing this, right? He's got a hold of me, and I've got a hold of him, and we're dancing, right? He's trying to get around me, and we're dancing. His feet have not beat me. Go ahead and beat me with his feet. Now I'm holding him because he's feeding his feet. All right? And I've not taken his feet away. So he hasn't beat me, and I haven't beat him. We do not want that called. We get that here against the tackle from the line judge, which in this is on the far side of the field. The chain, as you can see, at the bottom. So we're going to have this tackle face-to-face dancing with this defensive end. We're going to get a call here. And we're also going to talk for you wings about something else the line judge doesn't do very well in this play. As you'll see when we play this from the end zone, he doesn't restrict his arms. I'm going to pause it right here. His feet aren't beat, and you see the guy still got his arm up, the defensive pass. He didn't prevent him from raising his arms. Now, watch what the line judge is doing as this ball is being caught. This line judge is a good line judge. He's a friend of mine. What do we got here? We got a catch along the sideline. Where's the line judge?
Throwing his flag.
Still looking at this hold. Now, fortunately, we get a catch. He gets his knee down. The field judge is in great position. But I downgraded the line judge here, and I said, not only is this an incorrect call, but you almost hung your field judge out to dry. So if you're going to call this wings, throw your flag and keep officiating. The worst thing we can do, we learned it in high school, don't stop officiating when you throw your flag. Right? So he got sucked into this, shouldn't have thrown it, and then almost missed something downfield. It was a catch. But it was close. Face-to-face dancing with interlocked arms as long as nobody's feet are taken away or beat. Not something we want to call it. Here we're going to get a grab and restrict on the left tackle. This is our buddy on the play with the trips and the motion. This is number 70 or 71. He can't help himself. Called by the line judge. Yeah, I think that was enough, because I'll play it back. If you look, the defender's trying to get his hands outside, and he's trying to disengage right there. Certainly not enough. If he elected to pass on it, I might have been okay with that, but I'm okay with him calling it too, particularly since 70 holds every play. Now, he doesn't know that because he only comes to Georgetown once a year, or I go there 3 times a year. But he kept the guy from getting his arms up and from getting his feet outside, took his feet away a little bit. Here we're going to get a grab and restrict on a tight end. Oops. See right there at the point of attack? Here comes the referee's flag. I think this is a good call. He's got him around the back of the shoulders. He's steering him. He's spun him, and it was right at the point of attack. If the sweep had gone the other direction, this whole hand over here, it's not the point of attack. We would want you to call that. Robert, how long do I have?
8:20.
Okay. Well, I've got 50 plays. I'm on play 30. And then I've got 16 where we're going to do the old thing we used to do on Monday Night Football. You make the call. Okay, so what do we got here? Okay, watch the slot. He's going to go down and grab and restrict on a play where Terrence West, who doesn't need anybody to hold for him because the guy can score every time he touches the ball, goes down here and gains like 27 yards down to the 1 yard line or 2 yard line. Here's our guy right here. Doesn't start out as much. If you'd have just let go, that's like a lot of holds. If you'd have just let go, you'd have been okay. See the guy's arm flail there? We'll watch it from the end zone. He's not in the shot when we start. I'm going to pause him when he comes into the shot. Okay. Here's our suspect block right here. So far, we've got maybe a little clutching and grabbing going on there, but I'm okay with it so far. I'm okay with it so far. Now you see the guy trying to get away, and you see 2 flags. Headlines in the side judge. I don't know, maybe the back judge has it. I think it's a good call. I'm gonna take it back to the frame where it really becomes apparent. Right there. This kid actually ends up making the play, but he'd have made it 5 yards further upfield. This kid actually forced West out of bounds. Right there, that's a restriction. He might have tackled him outside the 10 as it was. He had to chase him down and knock him out at the 2. And as a matter of fact, the head linesman's got him out of bounds. If they'd have ruled the score here, and this is the only video I had, and I was the replay official, I'd have had to go with the score. That's how close it was. I think his toe hits the sideline right there, but I can't tell. So I got to go with the call on the field. So they ruled him out right there, and the hold brought it back anyway. But if there'd been no hold, and they'd gone with the touchdown, I can't tell. Can you? He certainly, once he went airborne, he certainly scored because he touched the pile of the ball. But the head linesman made an immediate definitive call that he was out of bounds right here, too. So, got to go with that. Okay, the tight end here is standing up. This is the tight end. They got trips out here, but this guy, he's the end, and he's tight to the formation, but it's really like if they had trips out here, they had this inverted V out here. It's just out here. This guy's going to go down, and he's going to hold this guy right here, I believe it is, at the 45-yard line. It's a grab and restrict. Take a look and see if you agree. So that arm. Where's Kelvin? Right here, 84. Oh, he's holding 27. That's Stephon Robertson, two-time All-American. The only way he can be is by holding.
27 makes it obvious by throwing that arm up in the
That's
air.
right. And, you know, you can't blame him. He's trying to get free, and he can't. Because if he did throw the arm in the air, we might not call it.
I'm trying to make it easy for us. So.
That's right. Okay, so this is a suspect opposite hold on a grab and restrict or jerk and restrict on the right tackle. See what you think. We had DPI'd in here, by the way, for not playing the ball. I don't know if you saw that, you deep official. Right here. What do you think, Jim? Yeah. What's him more?
I would have thought that. Run that for 1-2 rounds. Plus, you have the DPI here, so you're giving them up.
I was in a generous mood when I graded this. The line judge reported that he thought the guy lost his feet, and 62 helped him after he lost his feet. As I look at it now, I think I was too generous, but I gave him a pass. Right there, he jerked him down. Now the pass was gone, but like Bob just said, you got to throw it in anyway. And even the graders make mistakes. Okay, now watch the wing back. The referee is going to be responsible for holding on the edge here, for helping him holding on the edge. And this wing back, what you don't know is I've got 4 plays from 3 games last year. This guy doing the very same thing you're about to see. He hooks and restricts this guy coming in. And if it hadn't been out in the middle of God and country, it had no effect on the play. Watch this. Right out in the open. And he got called for this 3 or 4 times last year. Yeah. Yeah. And if you just let him go, there's no way the kick was already gone. Now, I got a problem here, referees. Why are we asking the coach if he wants the holding call on a successful try? What's he going to say? No, that's okay. He can't take it on the kickoff. So I told the referee, I said, Jeff, come on, buddy. He wants that 100 times out of 100. Now we've wasted 15 or 20 seconds while the coach says, huh? What are you asking me? Yeah, I want it. We'll run it from the end zone. It's coming up. And the choice is obvious. You don't need to ask. Here's our offender right here. It's a referee, but he's helping, and that's where that's after they enforce the penalty. I didn't trim that off the clip. He's over here looking into the face of the holder, which is where he's supposed to be, and he's also helping with holding on the edge, which is what he's supposed to be doing. The referee's going to get a grab and restrict on his tackle here. The dip took his feet away. Watch the shoulder dip and watch the guy get taken off his feet. 90 right there. Grab and restrict. Back to the game where we had all the holding, Richmond Liberty. We're going to get a hole on the edge here. We're going to talk about this for a minute. This is for you deep guys. Right there. There's the receiver. Here's the engagement. And the end zone shot is from back here, and so it's very close to the end zone shot. I'll back it up a little bit, and we'll play it at full speed. Look at this and tell me whether you think this is enough of a restriction to help the guy get around the corner and gain an additional 10 or 15 yards. 43 is our offender, I believe. Yep. Deep guys. What do you think? Russ? You only get one chance to get it right at full speed, brother. Chris, what do you think?
Just play it. Well, obviously.
And they only have one guy to look at.
I'm just wondering where the L is looking on that as well.
43. This was not called, by the way. There's no flag thrown in the game.
Yeah.
Chris says yeah, Aaron goes, eh. Russ says nah. I downgraded the field judge here because the runner was going side to side, which means the back judge has him, and the field judge has the block on the edge. And I'm going to slow this down for you. Right here is the jerk and restrict coming up. Right there. That springs this guy. So instead of being tackled at the 25, he makes it out to the 37 or 38. Yeah. That's a foul. Didn't have to be much when it's right there on the edge at the point of attack. This one, this play right here proves why nobody makes an attempt to work the umpire position. All the downfield officials, and I was the field judge, we all like to tease our umpires, but nobody wants to go in the middle. He's going to just start to throw on this, and somebody's going to collide with him, and he's got his flag in his hand as a blocker runs into him, trying to come up, or a defender, I can't remember which, trying to go upfield. And he thought better of it and put his flag away. Well, it was obvious in the press box he had his flag in his hand, so I asked him after the game, I said, Rob, what were we going to do? He said, I saw a shoulder dip, and I should have thrown, and he was right, he should have. Watch the, hang on a second, watch the left guard. It's very apparent from the end zone shot, but you can probably see it here too. See the dip? But he was too busy trying to save his life. Those who make fun of the umpire are doomed to go to the umpire position when he gets hurt. That's Kenter, 76. That's a hook and restrict. He gave number 12 enough time, number 12 for Stony Brook enough time to get the pass on. Now this is a very interesting play. No flag, no foul, just an interesting play. Watch this up back. What's going to happen is they're going to hand off, this is the shotgun quarterback, this is the up back. They're going to hand off to the deep back, and he's going to sweep around the left side and go out of bounds somewhere, or be taken down somewhere over here, near the out of bounds. This guy is going to go out to almost to the numbers and come back and cut the linebacker. And as far as I can tell, and I'm interested in, we'll vote on this, as far as I can tell, it's legal. The ball's not out of the zone. It's within 5 yards of the line of scrimmage. It's within 7 yards this way. You know, it meets all the criteria for a guy who started stationary in the zone and was still in the zone, and the ball is still in the zone. And it's 10-2, but it's low. Take a look and see what you think. I just thought it was an interesting play. I picked this up when I was grading the game. I looked at it and I said, where did that guy come from? Did we just miss a crackback? And when I ran him back, it was the up back. And the end zone film is shot from over here, so it's a real good look at it from the end zone shot. I can't find anything wrong with that block. 38's our victim. Bob, what do you think?
10-2.
10-2 in the zone, balls in the zone.
Vendor saw it coming too.
Vendor saw it coming.
I'm going to lay out that.
I'm not sure that's any more dangerous than a guy that comes from the outside, than maybe a guy coming from the outside's got a bigger head of steam.
Turn the corner.
When he cuts him,
He saw him coming.
what?
He saw him coming.
Yeah, absolutely.
You see him put his hands down. Yeah.
There's a runner, there's a block, same distance from the sideline. Just an interesting play. We're in the blocking waves now. Now this is a very tough play. This is plays a bitch. This is a line judge play, a wing official play. We got trips out here. When we have trips in the CIP, if one of these two guys goes to the outside, we want the line judge to pick him up. That's the line judge's key anyway, but in this case, if this guy comes out here and this guy goes in here, we want the line judge and the back judge to switch, basically. And to add to the line judge's woes here, we got a quick pop pass from the shotgun quarterback out here to this guy. So the line judge has the ball coming at him, and he's got this guy coming at him on the bubble screen, and we're going to get a low block here, outside 10-2 when the ball's outside the zone. Check it out. It's a very tough play for the line judge. Now, he made the tackle anyway, but that's a dangerous block. And if he'd have called it, he would have gotten the correct call for it. I'll run that back to the sideline. Sideline's the best view. So at the snap, this guy declares in the direction of the back judge, so I want the back judge to pick him up. This guy declares out here, so he becomes the line judge. That's the field judge right there. Right? Russ, this was your game, wasn't it? Yeah. Russ is the field judge on this point. Maybe the field judge can help.
Downgrade field judge.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, I'm probably not going to see that with that pass coming right to me. I'm going right to it. I did see the switch at the snap, but I'm coming right off it with the pass, so I'll need help on that.
That's another one where all the mechanics in the wall are helping when three things are happening in your zone at the same time.
Sometimes you just got to take your things and move on, fellas.
Okay, this is the first play from scrimmage in the Townsend JMU game. We have trips up here, and then this guy's going to go in motion, and the back judge is going to stay with this guy. Watch the block by the guy who becomes the slot back. This guy leaves. This guy remains the slot back. Watch the block by him. Similar to that play we just watched with the line judge. Not called. How many have a foul? How many don't have a foul? Okay.
Give me the old, I got him at the hip.
That's correct. My comment to the back judge here was he dodged a bullet because he hit him high, or he hit him at the waist and slid down. Yeah, he's trying to block him low, but look where he hit him, at the waist. I know it's ugly. I agree. Townsend actually not in this play, and I found it all by myself when I was cutting the film. But it's just something to be aware of. Whenever you have these bubble screens, these last two plays, you got guys that are trying to come out and do sort of a reverse crackback. Instead of cracking towards the spotted snap, they're cracking away from the spotted snap. And now it's got to be 10-2. It's going to be low. I gave him a pass on. I said, you're lucky you dodged the bullet here. Plus, 7 wasn't hurt. If 7 had been on the ground there, and torn a ligament or something like that.
So he did not throw.
He did not throw.
If he had, would you have drafted him?
You know, that's a great question. I hadn't considered that. I think you have to go with the call on the field here. If you look at it, it's close enough, but you have to go with the call or the no call. I think he's trying to block and low. I think that's his intent, but intending to block low is not a foul. Block low is a foul. I think that's close enough that you can go with whatever's done either way. If you saw it and said I passed on it, I definitely support it. If you threw on it and said it was low, I definitely think would support it. I hadn't considered that until you asked the question. I was in a forgiving mood there, though, so I said, I think you dodged a bullet here. I'm not going to downgrade you. Go ahead, Rob.
Especially if you say, I erred on the side of Satan.
That's right.
Learn the buzzwords to keep you out of trouble.
And I mean, when you look at it at full speed, he's clearly going low when he starts to block. I mean, that's clearly his intent to hit low.
I've got another blockable voice coming up where it's a similar thing where he hit him at the waist and went down. Actually, the guy's feet came off the ground after he was hit. So the person being blocked, similar play. We'll look at that in a minute. Now, there's no foul in this play, just an interesting thing to think about. Let's work this play here. We're going to have I believe, a run to this side. Watch what this guy tries to do. I can't remember now whether it's a passing play or any play. Watch the up back. This is the shotgun quarterback, I believe. Watch the up back, 42 right here. Watch what he does or attempts to do. And let's talk about who's going to see this. Keeping in mind that you can't peel back once the ball's gone. Obviously, they hand off the D-back. See that?
It's got to be the referee.
Got to be the referee here and said he missed him. But let's just think about this. I don't think we have a clip even if he gets the guy because number 11 turned his back on him just after he'd already committed himself.
But I'm saying if there's a call to be made there, it's right next to the quarterback in the referee's field of vision.
Right. Now, this guy, 42, is he restricted from blocking low? No, because he's inside the tackle box. We've got normal splits, and he's inside the second man from the snap, from the tackle. And is the ball outside the zone if this block had actually occurred? No. But think about that. Here we're rocking along. We've got a normal play. We've got a pass play, and we've got this goofy peel back situation here. Think about what can happen to your referees. Because your quarterback is not threatening here. You've got nothing to worry about in terms of roughing the passer. Nobody within 5 to 10 yards of the quarterback. Just an interesting play. Here's another interesting play where there's no foul. We're going to get, oh no, I'm sorry, it's coming up. This is a different play. This is a peel back block. Watch the left guard. We're going to have a sweep towards the bottom of the screen. This left guard is going to come down, and then he's going to see somebody coming towards his running back, and he's going to peel back. This is missed. This is not thrown. That is a peel back block. Missed in the game, sent in by the coach. Said I thought they weren't allowed to block back towards their own end line, and we had to say, yeah, coach, you're right, we missed that one. Who's going to get that? I think there's 3 people that have a chance to get this: the field judge, the back judge, and the umpire. And certainly, I would hope the umpire, who's pivoted towards the point of attack, would have a good look at this. See where he's looking? Bill his caps right here. He shouldn't be watching the ball carrier. He should have the blocks around the point of attack. The field judge has a chance to get this. I don't think the line judge can because he's got too much going on over here. He's got a block and a runner and a tackle and more blocks over here. The back judge may see it all. Well, I think it's unlikely. I think the umpire gets the best shot at this. What do you think? Not too much going on for the line judge, I think.
Yeah, I'm sleeping for sure.
We're not talking about your normal game. We're talking about this play ball.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
He's looking right there. Bill,
because the play went that way.
Yeah.
He's in that spot. Once you see him turn around and go backwards, and then he goes low, you're looking, you know what I mean?
He's a
They can tell
suspect.
about everybody.
Anybody that's going against the flow is a suspect.
This is great.
Back judge is doing the right thing. He's backpedaling. Although once we know it's a running play, he probably didn't have to go much further until this guy breaks out into the clear. Anyway, it can happen when you least expect it. Okay, here's the other interesting play where there's no foul, but it's just an interesting play. Watch the left tackle. He tries to block low from the side and basically just brushes the guy after the ball's gone. See that right there? Who's going to get that? Referee, somebody said. Jeff said. Jeff's the referee. One more time. You got nothing else to look at. And what's the line judge busy with? He's busy with forward progress on the shovel pass, right? Ball carrier's coming down here in his area. Just an interesting play. If he really cut the guy and knocked him down, he kind of brushed him. I got no problem with a no call there. But if he really cut him and knocked him down, I think the referee's going to get that. And by the way, there was an attempted hook and restrict, but nothing really came of it. And this is, let's look at 75 here as he engages this guy. He's hooking him. See his guy's arm around his neck? But he's not really restricting him. And the pass is gone. And so I've got no hole on 75, and I've got no block low waist on 75. But those are two interesting things that you need to see, process, and decide whether you're gonna what you're gonna do. Okay, I got I got a few more plays that we're gonna play. You make the call. Go ahead.
So that's not a foul because the defender wasn't on to the foul?
Yeah, there wasn't enough there, I don't think. What do you think?
I mean, to me, it looked like he made contact with him, and he, knocked him a little bit off his stride.
A little bit.
Does he have blocking?
Pardon me?
Does he have blocking?
Yes. So, I mean, to me, it looked like a foul.
Then you should throw. If you look at it and you say that's a foul, it's a foul, it's a foul, and you're sure, and you've processed it, you've seen the play, you've digested the results, and you're convinced it's a foul, then you should throw. What I'm telling you is in Division I, that's a good no call.
So Kevin, if you had thrown on that, you would not have supported that call.
Right, I'd have graded a marginal call. Probably technically, you could call a foul there, but we don't want to call.
Make it bigger.
Yeah. Get the train wrecks.
Because what happens when you get that technical, the graders are going to start looking at all of your technicals.
Brian,
and you're going to be more wrong than right, and then you're going to be out sooner than later.
Brian raised a good point. He said even though it's a safety issue potentially, I just don't think he got enough of him to make it a safety issue. Yeah, he knocked him off stride a little bit, but the kid wasn't hurt. I think you can even wait a second. If the guy goes down and he's screaming or grabbing his leg, well, then you got him. I mean, and I'm serious. Whether he got him bad enough to injure him determines whether it's a foul in that case.
Is that one of the no calls that you write down? That's why you don't call it.
That'd be a good thing to do. Yeah, absolutely. Nobody wrote that one down. I just pointed out to be true. Okay, we're going to get a good call here on a low block on an intercept return. As we know, when we have a kick or a change of possession, we can't block low. We're going to get a good call here for a low block. I can't remember which guy it is. One guy in here on the interception return. But the field judge and the bag judge are going to throw on this. It's coming up right there. We'll see. We'll play it again. It happened at the 25-yard line, and the guy went down in a heap holding his knee, and it was a foul even if he hadn't gotten hurt.
Who got that?
Field judge and back judge. There's the back judge, there's the field judge. And the back judge also did a good job. He was officiating off ball because he was obviously way back upfield. He went and moved his flag for a reported foul to the referee. So that's another thing to remember for you guys that are just starting out. If you don't think you have the right spot, move your flag first and then get together with the other guy whose flag is down and then go talk to the referee. Don't be in a hurry to go report the foul. Right, 15, right there. Everybody see it? Yep. It's 15. Oops, how'd that happen? It's going to happen at the 25-yard line. Right there.
Not too flags.
That's a great get by the field judge.
It is. Because the field judge has forward progress at that point, but he's still, even though he's coming to get forward progress in reverse mechanics, he's still watching the blocks. And the back judge moved his flag from 23 or 24 back here to 25.
The line is a good place to have a foul.
It's a good place to have a foul.
We'll start the series on lines.
All right. Here's our offender, although he's going to offend over here. I'll pause it when he comes back into the frame. If he ever goes out of frame. Yeah, he's out of frame. All right. So here's 15. He's going to come and cut one of these. I think it's this guy right here. Watch 15. See the good reverse mechanics by the line judge, backpedaling, continuing to fish. He didn't turn tail and run with the back of the play. He backed out. And he reversed. He became a deep official. Backed up watching the play. This is an interesting play. This is a block all the way. It's legal. It's by the right tackle and it's downfield. It's hard to see because it happens over here. The side judge gets a good look at the headlines and gets a good look at it. But it's 10-2. It's below the waist, but it's 10-2. The defender has a chance to see the block coming, and it's completely legal. And it's not back towards the spot of the snap or anything kind of stuff. Plus, our side judge got like that, but he got back up. 72. Right here. Ford sees it coming. Yeah, he's out ahead of him. He's going to block him 10-2. Sees it coming. It's not a crag back there. That stuff is perfectly legal. Just a good cut block. And our poor side judge, boom. But he got right back up. Another good cut block. No foul in the cut block. Almost so you make the call. All right. This is an unusual formation. We've got a tight end here plus trips. Our tight end is going to go out and hold. And we're not going to get a call. He's going to clip, I'm sorry. He's going to throw himself across the back of the legs right there at the 40-yard line. And you can see the coach down here screaming for a call. Who's got to see that? Okay, we got to vote for the field judge. We got to help a couple of votes for the back judge. Here's the only reason I don't think it's the field judge. When we play back. Good heavens. I'm doing something wrong. Keeps fast forward. I'll pause it and tell you why I don't think it's the field judge. Who's got this right here? Field judge. That was his key. That was the widest guy. He's got this as this guy in the white jersey is going into enemy territory. And that's the only reason I think the field judge gets a pass. I know the line judge gets a pass because he's got all this crap in here. It's got to be the back judge, and he got dinged for this. Yeah, it's Jamie.
Coach takes Heston.
All right. Mooney, you want to talk about your clip at JMU? All right. Mooney had a good play. When's the last time you saw the back judge call a clip on an offensive tackle? And be right. Right here. There's Mooney. And he gets his call, and he gets it right, and he gets a correct call on the grid. That is great help. Although you got to get flag with more calls in it.
I thought it was in shape, man. It's a personal trainer. I think umpire threw the flag.
So Monday, was that your key?
No, he's just helping out.
It was just in the neighborhood over there?
He had his eyes on a swivel, and he was watching for suspect block. Good pickup. Now we got a few blocks in the back. This is a very unusual play. I want you to talk about anything can get this. Watch the right defensive end. He's going to go in and rush the punter. You're not going to almost block the kick, but he's going to get back there close to the punter. Then he's going to go all the way downfield on the return and block somebody in the back 35-yard line. Keep your eyes on him. Actually, it's this guy right here. He's coming. He's coming. There he is right there. See that? Having almost in front of the ball. Watch this guy right here. This is the headlines inside judge, back judge, umpire. Right there. Everybody see that? Who can hit that? Speak up.
Referee. He's cleaning up.
Absolutely. He's sprinting while everyone else is jogging. He's the guy on fire.
That's the one. That's who's going to draw your attention. Yeah. He's the one with the rock.
I think the umpire and the headlines have a pretty good chance to get this myself. Although if this guy throws it, I'll certainly give him credit for second and through.
Yeah,
Well, if it goes upfield just a little bit, I realize his punter went, it's a punt play. If he moves upfield just a little bit, he could probably assist in that.
The one thing about this guy is he's got the goal line, so we don't want him going too far up this way. You young referees, we don't want you going up too far this way, because once the ball's away, you're out the back. You've got the goal line. Interesting play. What I don't show you is I have another clip from this game. I think it says like 8:33 or something like that in the first quarter. I have another clip on the next punt where he does the very same thing. He runs in, almost gets to the punter, the ball's away. He goes in here, and after the whistle's over, he chicken shits the guy, knocks him down from behind. Leg hit, knock off. Cyril with him. Okay, we're almost to you make the call. Here's an IBB block in the back on the receivers, called by the field judge who's over here in this play. Right there. See that MC right there in the title? What does that mean? Marginal call.
Right there? On 17?
There's contact before.
Yeah, but,
Like, that's on the other side.
right, there's nothing going on. Can you move your mouse off of the thing so it goes away? Move it, there you go.
It's this one right here. Now, this goes back to the comment earlier about the side block. He didn't knock him down. He didn't knock this guy down. That is, I mean, I don't care if you push him square in the back. That's not a block in the back because he did not knock him down. And the runner was past the edge. Yeah, he was past the edge. Now, if he'd have done that just as the guy was getting ready to make a tackle, you can have slight contact that would qualify as a block in the back, but not on that. That did not endanger the player and had no effect on the play. He got the injury. The call.
But it's
Technically a foul, but not one we don't want you to call. Yeah, I did push him in the back. Okay, here, thanks. Here is a play where we have two suspect blocks in the back on a punt play. Both JMU blocks against Stony Brook kick coverage guys. One's going to happen down here near the side judge. The other's going to happen in the middle of the field. And the side judge is...
That's perfectly coming up. Last person must have hung up.
All right. Side judge is going to see. Side judge is going to see the one in front of him, and the head linesman is going to get a good look at the one in the middle of the field and pass on it. And these are both correct no calls in my humble opinion. I'll pause it once the camera shifts. So we've got one that's going to come up right here. It's either these two guys or these two guys. I can't remember which. But the side judge is moved up as the guy catches the ball. And he's not watching this guy catch the ball because who's got the catch? And the beanbag, the back judge. He's watching the blocking as it's coming downfield. And our head linesman's on the ball because he's cleaning up here. If he'd been in the Georgetown Lafayette game earlier, he got him blocking the ball. It was the one up top. It's this one here. Side block, right? What about this one here? Who's got a block in the back? Who's got a side block? Who didn't vote? You come on to a second before the contact. Yeah. We'll run for the end zone. There's one right there. There's two right there. I got a good block. They happen boom, boom. Same game where we had the clip. Stony Brook was Mitchell pissed. They didn't tease in this, and we missed two clips. They call it clips. Two clips on this play. And we said, no, we didn't. Right here, and then almost immediately after right there. That is a side block, gentlemen. And here comes the other one, right by the goal post. Our head linesman saw that, noted it, wrote it on his card, passed on it, said, I saw it, I passed on it. I said, good, correct, no call. Yeah.
Our first one, even had it been from the back, you know, it's sort of right there. It's sort of behind where he is. Is that
That's enough contact. He knocked him ass over feet. Well, I might call it for safety reasons.
Safety reason.
If it was truly in the back.
That one.
Yeah, it was truly in the back. Fortunately, it wasn't.
If the second one had been more of a launch and higher, would have been targeting.
Could have been. Definitely, because it's from the blind side. This is the last play until we play. You make the call. We got a great play here where the side judge is going to throw. This is a slow developing play. The quarterback is going to scramble. He's going to come out over here, and he's going to throw all the way back across his momentum across the field. And we're going to see a guy, I think it's a tight end, number 4, go down almost to here on the original route. And when the quarterback throws back underneath, he's going to come back and line this guy up for like 15 yards. Our side judge is going to see it and throw on it, and our umpire is going to talk him off of it. And our umpire is going to get kudos for saving, for picking up an incorrect play. Watch it play out. You'll see the play. It's going to happen right over here after this guy scrambles and throws it back. Here's our catch. Here we go, right here. See this? He's lining them up. The guy with the brick, I'm sorry, right there. The other guy, 35. Here it says it's on the shoulder. Here comes our flag. Now, what's the umpire doing right? Going right to him. What's he doing wrong? He's doing it in the team area. Say, Tim, come on, let's go to the hash marks. Let's go outside the top of the number. Now, as it turned out, they were very happy on that bench to have him come over there and tell him to pick it up. But what if that had been reversed? What if it had been a purple player who blocked a white player, and we go over there into their bench and say, no, we're not going to call that. I'm telling you, pick it up. Now you got all kinds of shit. Take the conversation up above the top of them and just say, hey, come here, let's talk about that. Because, you know, you don't know what he had. First of all, you think he had a block in the back, or maybe he had a target, or he had a launch. You don't know what he had. But the umpire got major brownie points here.
The referee's coming over. What's going on, guys?
Umpire got major brownie points. And notice who went and told him to pick the flag up, told the referee to wave it off. He said, I threw a flag, but Rob says we don't have a foul, so I'm picking it up. That's teamwork, guys. Step up when you've got information. These guys can go all the way downfield and come back. 44, I said 4. That was the last play. Unless you guys want to play, you make the call. You want to take 5 minutes and play, you make the call?
Yes.
All right.
Keep going.
All right. So here we got a suspect grabbing a strict on the left guard. You make the call.
It's 9:08. This meeting started at 7 o'clock. We would still be sitting there if y'all went up. No, they were all going to go up. And I said, I'm not going to go because of the thing. And then Ralph backed out.
Watch your hands up.
But Aaron Amick is there.
Yeah, this guy right here, 62.
9:08. And he goes, what do you guys think? You want to do a couple more?
Everyone got a hold.
If you make the call.
How many don't throw in there?
Word in the room. They're all saying.
Guys say it's a hold. It was not called as it should have been. This next plays are all, the first 50 plays were plays from my game last year that I observed. These are all from plays that were sent in by team. This involves blocking in the back. I want to let the thing start up. We're going to get a pass over the middle. This guy is going to come down and block, and it's a suspect block in the back. This guy is going to come down and block, and it's a suspect block in the back. Tell me what you think, and we'll play this a couple times. You get the team sit this in. So we think we were blocked in the back. Who's key? Side judge. Who's key? Back judge. There's the pass right there. There's the first block. Second block. 27 is the victim when number 1 comes from way outside, middle linebacker. And then this is the other guy who's going to commit the other suspect block in the back.
Still didn't see the second.
Number 9.
Anthony Mann says second one, the illegal block in the back on the chat.
I'm running it back so we can see the second block. Second block's easier seen from the sideline. There's the first block at the 10-yard line right there. Here's the second block right there. Now what you don't know is that the field judge and the back judge both saw the second block and elected to pass on it. We had 4 eyes on it, 2 sets, 4 eyes on it, and they both saw it and said it was from the side. So we gave them a pass on that. We had to fess up and say we missed the first one. And there's no reason to miss it because the side judge ain't got anything else to do. Let's run it back. So the side judge is key. He's going to go down and come across the 10-yard line. And there's nothing for this guy to watch. What?
There you go.
Nothing for this guy to watch other than his key. Let's be the side judge right now. Watch this guy. Got his key, he's got his key, he's got his key. He can throw on that. The second one was more in transition. It didn't take as long to develop. It was after the catch when the run occurred. The first one, there's no reason that side judge shouldn't have stayed with his key. Right there. And then that one. I could see a grab and restrict here before a block in the back. Because if you see the shoulder dip right there. See that arm flail? I could go for a grab and restrict there, but that's not what they asked. They said, how come that wasn't a block in the back? And I don't think it is, actually. Could be a hole. But we had 2 guys look at it and pass on it. So there's no denying the first one was missed. Okay, what's the third man in and trips? Tell me if we've got enough here for a crackback. Does the guy see it coming? Is it, is it outside the ball? The ball's definitely outside the zone. Is there enough contact there to call this? Does he see it coming? Is it a dangerous block, etc.? Georgetown sends us in and says we missed a crackback block. How many think there's enough there to throw? How many think there's not? I'm with you. I don't think there's enough there. And that's what we told Georgetown. We said, no. Close. Talk to.
I was under the impression that to have a crackback block, you had to move immediately towards the inside. When he moves outside, he kind of waits for the defender to come at him. Yeah. I mean, so.
Let's run it back. Did the defender see the block coming? That's what we're talking about. Did the defender have a chance? It was definitely 10-2. Did the defender have a chance to see the block coming? Yeah. I just don't think there's enough of a block there to start. That was our response to Georgetown. But had there actually been a block there, you're right, probably legal because you move the balls outside the zone, it's 10-2. Good point. But there's not enough there to throw on. Even if you haven't seen it. Oh, crap.
The system's screwing up. It's scrolling through everybody's picture who's watching it online.
All right. On this play, we're going to get a pass around here in the flat, and Georgetown is going to complain that they get a block in the back against the guy who's trying to make a play here by one of the wideouts. I can't remember. It's number 10. I can't remember. I think this is number 10 right here. I think they showed it. Just watch this. Tell you it's a side block or block in the back. Not that guy. This guy right there. Of course, the defense is pissed because they gave a score on that play as well. Suspect. He's definitely got a brick in his hand. He's definitely coming back against the flow. The headlines is looking right at it. How many have a foul? How many have a side block? No call. Right. This guy right down here. Holy Cross wants a hold on this guy. Sweep or running play where this guy tries to go off tackle and bounces outside. But this is our suspect right here. First of all, is there a grab there? Yeah. So now is there a strip? Take a look. Aaron says they were just dancing. Just as the defender took himself out of the play. How many are going to throw on that? How many are going to pass? Coach Gilmore would have thrown because he's the Holy Cross coach. And you can see him out there saying, "Give me your flag, I want to throw." That's not a foul, and that's a good no call. The left guard for Harvard here is going to grab, I believe it's this guy, number 40. We're going to see if we have enough here for a hole. Yeah, it's 40. The guy that's standing up. Holy Cross wants holy on this play. They send it in. Watch the disengagement. Say that louder.
Spun right out.
He spun right out. How many agree with Bob? He spun right out. How many think that was enough of a restriction to call? Bob's right. There's one. He tried to hold him, but the guy got away. He didn't hold very well, Coach. Now here's another one like that one we saw on the extra point is Townsend, where the guy on the outside hooked the guy. Except this time it's going to be the left guard. Holy Cross took this in and said they thought they got hold on this play. They got held on this play. It's more apparent from the end zone shot. What they're complaining about, I should say, is more apparent. Is he holding him? I mean, first of all, technically, is he holding him? Yeah. Yeah. Did it have any material effect on the play? No. And it's not out there in the middle of the open like it was at Townsend. So what we told him was, yeah, technically hold, but the kick was away. No material effect on the play, threat, no call. All right, here's a suspect hold on the snapper. How many have holding? What kind of holding? How many don't? Take them. Should have been called and missed. I'm right there.
With the reversal.
Okay, here's one. Very unusual call. Is it a correct call? We have a flag on this play. Watch the pulling right guard. You come out here. This guy is going to see him leading the interference. He's going to throw. Tell me this is a correct call. Lafayette's the opposite team. They sent this in and said they didn't think it should have been called holding on this.
Where?
Maybe it was tackle. Maybe it was a snapper. What did I say? Left guard, not the pulling guard, the left guard. I'm sorry. Left guard. All right, we'll go back. Yeah, Kevin. Even the graders wrong sometimes. Okay. Left guard. I agree, the right guard is dancing. No.
If the run goes the other way, probably.
He just gave a little kiss. That's all.
I got away. No. I'll carry my body.
This is not the play I'm thinking about.
Stood him up.
This is not the one. Yeah, right. This all right. I gave you the wrong description. Well, that is the left guard, 66. We threw on this. The umpire throws. Watch the umpire. All right. How many think there was enough there to throw on? How many think not? Yeah, that's what we told him. Because the guy wasn't really trying to get away. Watch it one more time. Watch 66, left guard. Yeah, he's holding. But 46 is too busy trying to push him off and not looking around to make a play. We could have passed on that one. Okay, now here's the takedown that was called by the pulling right guard. I got my plays reversed. Call by the line judge. Show me you think this is a good call. Did you pancake him or did you take him down?
Ran over.
All right. How many think that's a good call? How many are going to throw in it? How many think not? Then what do you think? Thank you. We're back to the official on that one. Because he had his hands around his back. Maybe we should have done that.
And again, what he saw was probably correct, however.
However. All right. Watch the tight end here. Except Lafayette sends this in. They want holding on the tight end on a play, on a running play. These two. How many are throwing? Suspect. How many are throwing? Okay, well, I'll run it back again, but you can't say you got to vote yes or no. You're in the game. Jeff wants it to be a little bit more of a foul.
No.
All right. How many think it's a foul? How many think not? I agree. It's not a foul. He didn't really take his feet away. Yeah, there's a little clutching and grabbing going on there, but he didn't take his feet away. All right, now on this one, this is kind of an unusual play. Lafayette wants a block in the back on a play where 64, the left guard for Holy Cross, comes down, and then as the play goes, I can't remember if it's a running play or a passing play, but the ball is going to go this way. either on a pass or run. And 64 is going to come down and come across and clean the guy's clock. Keep your eye on the left hand. Tell me this is a block in the back or side block. Look at for the end zone. Right, not a foul. Side block.
Unless the dude ends up on his face eating grass, it's probably the sidewalk.
Okay, here's a suspect hold on the left tackle. On the edge. Three plays to go, man.
You sign it?
64 again. Should I grab and restrict on the edge?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, sure is. We haven't really looked at chop blocks here, but is this a chop block by the snapper and the left guard? And look at the end zone shot before you weigh in. Snapper's high and the other guy's low. Who engaged to? Left guard's low. You got a chop? Who else has got a chop? Who doesn't? It's a chop. Not called. Should have been. Two more plays, man. Now Lehigh wants a foul here, desperately, on Central Connecticut. So we've got one here where, let's see, what do we have on this play? Offensive holding and peel back. Let me consult my notes. I don't remember this play. Suspect called by left tackle at point of attack. Suspect peel back block, and Lehigh asks, is it number 50 a defenseless player? The suspect peel back block happens around the pile being the play. First of all, watch the left tackle for holding at the point of attack.
Yeah, he's gone. He's gone.
Now, let's talk about the block on 50. They want an defenseless player call on 50 here. 50's the offended player. Here's 50. This guy's going to come and size him up and take him down. Not mean block him, knock him on the back. First of all, it's not below the waist, and it's not in the head. It's not blindside because if you look at 50, he's looking right at the guy when he gets hit.
I mean, he made a late turn to him, but
yeah,
there's not.
Just a good blindside blocking on it. As we reminded Lehigh, because they were truly asking whether this was a defensive player situation. Right, exactly.
Well, even if he is a defensive, we call it a defensive player, it's not a illegal block.
That's correct. That's what we reminded. A blindside block between the shoulders and the waist, as long as it's not in the back, remains legal. Even though it's peel back business and defensive player business, he didn't target him, he didn't cut him up, didn't cut him outside 10 to any of that kind of stuff. He hit him in the, right here, shoulder blade, armpit.
Somebody was doing the personal foul dead ball. Is Brandy in the plane? He's not that close. I'm going to support it.
I cannot support I cannot support a late hit here, a dead ball personal foul, because 50 sees it coming. If he didn't see it coming, I could support it.
He's out in front of the play.
It's in the neighborhood of the
If
action.
you're looking at the guy who knocks you on your ass, you could just as easily knock that guy. All right, last play. Who was the person asking earlier about the block below the waist? And I said I had one where the guy got hit high and said, "What was that you?" Yeah. I said I had another play like that. This is the last play. We're going to get an interception here by Central Connecticut, which is the team in the blue and white against Lehigh. The left defensive end, number 99, is going to rush the passer, and then as his teammate intercepts the ball and starts back this way, he's going to come and hit this guy. And you guys tell, Lehigh said, we thought you couldn't block below the waist on our return. You guys tell me whether this is block below the waist. Watch the left defensive end. He just left. Now here he comes. Okay, some people said yes, some people said the guy left his feet. Watch it from the end zone. Left defensive end, 99. See him spin there. There he goes with his hand up. Look at the point. Look at the moment of contact. Where did he hit it?
In the gut.
In the gut.
I got nothing.
We told him, you're right, you can't block below the waist on an interception return.
That's not what he did.
But that's not what he did. Once the guy left his feet when he was going to be hit, he tried to jump over him, or he let the guy, either the defensive player tried to jump over him, you could say, or he let the guy in the white jersey get under him and listen. But either way, even though he got knocked ass over feet down, not a foul. You guys have any questions for me? Thanks.
I think based on the you make the call, I think we learned something tonight. I think we got more right than we got wrong on the you make the call. Just also to let you know, Kevin is also an observer. He helps us out at Navy Sprint. So be nice to Kevin. And pay your dues. 2 weeks at Caton Recreational Center.
Rosemary Center. Jonah Monroe will be presenting for us.
2 weeks?
Yes. Okay, gang. If you're looking for a playback, this will show up on YouTube later on. Thanks for coming on in.